enterprise.
So then you can see so once you if you refresh it, so you can see, right, once the free account credit is completed, then you want to continue for the same account, then you have to upgrade to pay as you subscription. So when we are discussing about the different types of subscriptions, do you remember we discussed about the free trial, enterprise, and MSDN, like Visual Studio subscription and pay as you go. So here you can see the difference. So free trial, you have a limited credit, and when you upgrade this your account to pay as you go subscription, then how much you have utilized for your account, in the what are the resources you have used and consumed. So based upon the utilization, you will get the bill. For that you have to pay for that. Okay.
Okay.
So now you can see, now you don't have anything. So now you have only services, your dashboard, like you can see this is the your, once you log in, this is your dashboard. Okay. Now if you want to, I told you like what is a subscription, what is the resource group, I want to show you, right? So let me go that. And if you want to see all the services in your Azure account, so this is the dashboard. Okay. If you go and click here, like you have a portal menu, right? Show portal menu. If you click here, you can see all the services. These are the default services you can see by default here. Okay. If you want to see other services in the Azure, how we can see it? Okay. Now here you don't see the subscription service, right? So if you want to search specific service, you have to go for all services. Okay. Here you want to search which service you want to you want to use and which service you need. Okay. Let me go for subscription. So if I click with the name, and it will come the subscription, you can click on the subscription, you can see that what are the subscriptions do you have. So currently, so we have a free trial subscription, and you are the admin of the administrator of this account, and this is your subscription ID, and your current, there is not available the current cost because of this is a free trial. So we have a free credit to use your subscription, and that account is in active state. Okay. So this is what subscription. So whenever you go for a organization, if you want to see how many subscriptions you have access, you can able to see here. So what is your role and how many subscription you have access, that you can able to see here. Okay. And coming to resource groups. So this is what is subscriptions. You can see a number of subscriptions here. I will show you my account later. So once you understand here, I will show you how many subscriptions, if you go for real time. So what are the subscriptions, how they have like naming conventions they follow, and how it looks like, and I will show you that later. Okay. So now once you have a, so same, like if you go for the enterprise subscription or pay as you go subscription or free subscription, the accounts, like the names will get changed here. Like now currently it shows as a free trial, right? So once you have a pay as you go, that the names will come here. Okay. The name, how they have defined the subscription name. So this currently is a free trial. Okay. Suppose they have in the organization, they have defined as a production subscription. So that name it will come here, production subscription. Okay. That is the difference actually. So do you have any doubt in the subscription, how to check the subscriptions and what are the subscriptions you have?
If we upgrade to pay as you go, then free trial subscription will disappear, right?
Yeah, it will convert that as a like a pay as you go model.
Okay.
Account you are upgrading, you are not like account, the subscription it will be looks like this, but your account is going to be upgraded to pay as you go.
Okay.
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 Now if you go for now resource group, so now I want to search with the resource group. Okay. So resource group is just everything is just like Microsoft is giving to every thing is like a service. Okay. If you want to create anything, then you have to search for that service and you have to do it. Okay. Now I'm uh, searching for the resource group. So I'm clicking here resource group. So currently you don't have any resource group because of we have not created any, right? So this is a brand new account, right, currently. So you don't have any resource groups here. Now it's empty. So now you have a subscription, but you don't have resource group. So if you go for the as we discussed earlier yesterday's class, so what is the hierarchy do you need if you want to create any resource? So you need subscription, and if you want to create a resource, I told you without resource group you can't resource. You guys remember, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
Yes.
now if you want to create a resource, you need a resource group also. So currently we have a subscription, retail subscription we have, and now we don't have, still we don't have a resource group because of we have brand new account we have created. So and now we don't have resources also here. Let me show you that. That is the one first I showed you, right? All resources. We are searching in all services. Now let me go for all resources. If you go all resources, it will show as empty because of we don't have any resources. See, it is there empty. So you don't doesn't have any single resources now. Okay. So if you want to create any resource, you need a resource group. I will show you why you need a resource group. Let me go for let me start with the first virtual mission. So virtual mission also is a resource, right? As we discussed in this here. So what are the any resource you create that become as a resource? So let me, instead of going for the SQL directly, we'll go for the core services one by one. Then we'll talk about the PaaS. Okay. So I'm going for the dashboard, the show the portal menu, and I'm clicking here virtual missions. Okay, guys, if you have any doubt, kindly stop me there only. Okay, so I'm clicking the virtual mission. So virtual mission is the service now here. So we have talked about their hardware they are managing, and they are giving that hardware they are giving as a service. So they are giving as a service. So in this backend, it could be whatever they are managing the hardware. Okay, so they are giving like a service now here. So you don't remember now what we have discussed in the backend physical servers and the high availability, how that and all you want to know that. No, that's it. But you don't compare with now here because of this all we have discussed in the previous classes, that comes as a services in the Azure portal. So this is Azure portal, and we have all the services. If you want, you can go here. Let me go for here. You can see SQL database, Azure Cosmos DB, virtual missions, load balancers, storage accounts, virtual networks, Azure Active Directory, monitor, advisor. Okay, these like app services, resource groups, function apps, these all like a services. So using these services, you are going to create a resources. That how you are going to create, how you are going to manage it, that we are going to discuss now. Okay. So now I'm going to choose one of the service called a virtual machine. Okay. So once you click on the virtual machine, so you don't have any virtual machines, it's showing no virtual machines to display. So here you can see in the top, you have a create a virtual machine. You can see right plus mark and create. Once you click here, you have a different options here. We have a different options here. Create a virtual missions, create a virtual mission with a persistence configuration, and Azure Arc virtual mission, and Azure VMware solution virtual missions. So these are the new options. You don't need to worry about Arc in the sense there is a dedicated like Azure stack, that kind of stuff it will come. So you no need to worry about this, and you need to concentrate only on this create a virtual mission. Okay. Now click on the create virtual machine. An error while trying to fetch the resources, additional details under the API. Okay. Okay. There is a like you are getting some error while loading that actually. So now Here you see, right? Now we are going to create a virtual machine. Once you click on virtual machine, the virtual machine dashboard came here. Now here, well, if you want to create a virtual machine, it's asking the few details. See, first one, what is a subscription? So which subscription you want to create this virtual machine? So where you want me to create this virtual machine? So that here we have only free trial, right? So if you have other subscription, you can select that where you want to create. So currently we have a free trial, so I'm selecting this. Now it's asking resource group. So without resource group, I told you, right, you can't create a resource. This is a mandatory, you can see, right? So you need a resource group, then only you can proceed for other details. Okay, so currently we don't have any available resource groups, so I'm creating a resource group here while clicking here. So you can define here demo. I'm giving demo one. Okay, demo one name, I'm demo one, let give me to understand RG. Okay, demo one RG means a resource group. Okay, I'm giving as a naming convention like that. So now I clicked it. So now this is my resource group name. Okay, now it's asking the virtual machine name, so I'm giving demo VM01. So this is my virtual machine name I am defining here. So here you can see, right, as we discussed, Azure providing multiple reasons the services. So based upon that, which reason you're using for this customer, so you have to select for that reason only. Okay, now you see, select that. So how many reasons we can see here? We have a number of reasons available to can use this. Okay, so I'm going to create now for use to use. I'm service eligible for use to use, so I'm choosing that use to use reason. Sorry. Okay, so here you can see availability options. So yesterday we have discussed about what is availability options, right? So this is called a availability options. Here, if you can select, if you know, here we have a availability zone or availability set or available virtual machine scale set. This is a different service. We'll talk this later. Okay. Now as a availability options, we are talking about only availability set and availability zone. So we have discussed, right? If you want provide high availability for the data center, within the data center, then you have to choose availability set. If you want to between the, if you want to provide high availability when the data center got failure, complete data center goes down, so those cases you are providing the high availability option, you are choosing availability zone here. So currently I'm not using this, so I will tell you later when you in the next labs. Okay, how we can create available set, how we have to select that. Okay, now if you're not selected anything available option, this is a like a standalone mission. Okay, we don't have any high availability. So this is a security type, so they have given the recently these options, so we are going for the by default as a standard basic level, which Microsoft is providing that standard security. Okay, here you are selecting as an image, so which operating system you want to select. So if you want to select the operating system, you can see right here, see all images. If you click this, it will take you an image gallery. Means that is a shared that is a image gallery. The gallery is provided by defaultly by Microsoft. They have a number of image versions, you can see there. So based upon your requirement, you want maybe 2016 Windows 2016 or 2019 or 2012 or Windows with SQL. So based upon that, you are going to select the virtual machines. Okay, here you can see Windows servers. Once you see this Windows servers, we have a number of flavors, Windows flavors here. So which version you want? So based upon that, you are going to select the operating system. So I'm going to select. So let me go with the latest operating system. Windows. This is a core. So you should be more careful about here while selecting the VM. So if you selected a core, then the core version will come. Okay. And Windows over 28 server core. It's Windows 19. Yeah, this is not a small disk. Okay, I don't want I don't anything fine for me, or I will go for data center. Windows Server 29 and Gen 2 or Gen 1, generation 1 or generation 2. Based upon that request, I'm selecting as a generation 1, Windows 2019 data center version. And here there is called a Azure spot instances. If you select here, you have a capacity only, or price and capacity, and stop and deallocate and delete. So currently you don't need this actually. So if you give me high level this, what is a spot instance in the sense? Suppose I have a uh, choosing the capacity only, then if you go with the your maximum price has to set for this. Okay, if you set for this, like currently we have a $5. Okay, the VM price is only $5. You can set it for $3. If it reaches this like $3, you will VM it will be creating. Okay, okay, if you're using for the load balancer. So normal standard VMs we won't set for the spot instance. That's why I told you we won't use here. Okay, and if you want to delete, if you more than that price you don't want, then you can create a evolution policy and you can delete it or you can stop it that. So currently we don't need this, so just normally we are going for the standard VM build now. So I told you just what is a spot instance. Okay, and here we have a size. So this is called a VM size, which we are going to select here. So let me select here, see all sizes. So as we discussed earlier, so we have a number of like a VM size series. So you can see, right? So we have, because of we have a test account, we have a limited sizes. So you can see A series, B series, and D series. And D series we have a version V3, version V4. We have different versions actually. If we go with D again, we have so many versions in the D. Okay, and you can see how many VM sizes here. So based upon that VM sizes, already we have it defined. So what are the comes with the D, S, H? This comes as a, see here we have C E series. So this is a D series. So previously we see A series and B series, right? So that we have a number of VM series. Okay. So based upon the that sizes, it's been segregated to, you can see that E series fall into the memory optimization. So we have the CPU, it's very less, but if your memory configuration will be very high. So that way they have, each series has been segregated with the different sizes and based upon the configuration of CPU memory. So these are the available VM series actually. You can see here. So if you go for F series, you can see compute optimized. Okay, so compute optimized in the sense it will be based upon the core. So CPU core, we have a custom options. You can see 8 cores, we have a 16 and 16 cores 32, 16 cores 32. But you can see this different series are, you can see that there is a disk supports will get vary in the same series. So currently you can see F16. Okay, 16 GB, sorry, 16 CPU cores and 32 GB RAM. Okay, this is the maximum disk supports, and this is the the transition high ups input and output high ups. It will be support, and this is the temporary drive. This is the drive is will give that freely to you for Windows VMs. This is just using for the paging file, and this it will support the premium disk or not, and this is the cost per month of your VM sizes. So here you can see all the this VM sizes. What if you select this particular size of the VM, so what is the configuration for that, you can see that. So let me scroll down here. You can see here. So this is a CPU and RAM and the disks. Means if this size is selected, only 2 disks will support. Means data disks. So I will tell you what is a data disk, what is a OS disk, and what is a temporary disk. We have other things. So just you know that if you while creating a VM, if you go click on the all sizes, you can get all the VM sizes here, and you have to choose that based upon the who is requested for the VM build, right? So they will give you the details like which size they need for their application. So currently I am going to select one, like let me go with the A series or B series. So let me go with the B series. I am going for this actually. So 1 core and 2 GB RAM is enough for me. So it's going to be, this is the cost for me currently. So it's not allowing us to select one. Oh, the sizes are not available. Okay. What is available size? So it's not showing sizes. One second, let me see. It is showing only not sizes are not available, so it's not showing available sizes. Let me refresh it. Well, you must be.
If you select another OS, maybe it will show.
Yeah.
Yeah, here it's showing it.
So, but this is very high end, so I don't want to be using high end generation. Because of that is it will fill in one day our cost, everything it will go.
Correct.
So I'm checking. Let me go with the other reason. We go for sample use. Here it's available in this location. Let me go for other reasons. So I think these is also we have very high in 20 CPUs and 140 GB.
Yeah.
Yep, D series I have here 1 core and 4 GB RAM. Let me check in the M series. Do you have anything less? says I don't have D series also. I don't have 4 GB also. It's been very costly. Let me go with another reason. Let me go for our South India. Let me see if any sizes is available. Yeah, now you can see, right? Now I have very less size. See, these I'm able to get. It's been very less. Before say 8,008, 8 point nearly.
Yeah.
Now I have very less. So now I am using one core 3.5 GB memory. So this way you have to, because of this is the issue. Now we have a challenge is because of this a test account. Okay, so that's why we had a we concern about more cost, right? So that's why you see now we have a B2 series. We have a one core and one GB memory also, and this is the if you selecting this, so you can see what is the cost. So it's been more cost, right? So this is a compared to that, this is a very less cost. So we want to use all the people, you people also has to use the lab, right? So I'm selecting the very less cost. You, it's enough for us. I can use this also, but the cost.
Is that 1,004, right? Okay.
Yeah, this one, yeah, $1,004.
Uh, okay.
This is 600.
Six 6,008.
Oh,
That is
okay, okay,
1,000.
6,000. Okay, so
This is
let
1,000
me go
rupees is
for
this.
this one then. Yeah, select this. If you select, you can see this. Okay, this is the VM
Okay.
size. This way you can select. Okay, so now I just previous options. I've just changed the like reason, which reason. Okay, and here you are giving the admin account. So once you build a account, sorry, once you create a VM, so you have to log in, right? After creating a VM creation completion, you have to log in, right? So that admin account you are giving actually. So I am giving Azure admin as a
So admin
using.
account password is different from VM to VM.
Yes, this is a local admin. So which you are giving the administrator account for the that specific server. This is a local account. So local administrator account.
Hmm. Okay.
So I'm giving the password. And this is the way you can give the admin account user anything like I'm giving. I will share you later. And now here is the
Okay. Okay.
in-one rules. Okay, so
Hmm.
if you want to take RDP of this machine and you want to allow, this is a publicly. So because of we have a number of connection types, so currently I'm giving the as default. So if you can select no also, when you can select no in the sense when you have a either express route or site to site connections, or we have a VPN connectivity, or based in service is the enabled for you to take the connections of RDP servers, that time you can use this none. So you are not
None.
exposing your VM as a public in over the internet. So that time you are choosing as a none. Because of now we are using, we are accessing all the resources over the internet, right? So I'm giving as a selected port as a RDP. So I'm allowing, so allow this port to over the public 3389 RDP port allowed in the public over the public
Okay.
bundle port. I'm giving to allow as a 3389. Okay,
Hmm.
coming to down licensing, you don't need to select licensing because of we don't have
Okay.
own license, right? So we don't have our own licenses here. So we are using Microsoft license by defaultly. So you no need
Okay.
to select here. If maybe your organization have own licenses, then you have to select and you have to apply your license. Okay.
Okay.
And here we are just going for the next option. Next option is the disks. So this is the basic information we have created. Once you click on the VM creation, you selected a subscription and you created the, means you created in the sense it's not created, you define the name. While creating the VM, it will first create a resource group, then it will start the virtual machine creation. So here you have selected the virtual machine name and which reason your virtual machine has to be created. So we have selected South India and we have not selected any availability options. We have given the standalone options and we have used the image as a Windows Server 2019 data center, and we have selected the VM size and we have given the login details and we have allowed the port to publicly RDP port. Okay, now next we are going for next option is a disks. Here we have a number of types of disks. Actually, you can see here, we'll discuss later once VM created. So currently I'm selecting as a standard HDD. So this is very less cost, so I'm selecting this. Okay. So encryption I'm giving default. We'll discuss later what is encryption, everything after caching a VM. So if you have a custom encryption policy you have, then you can create that. If you have that encryption, you already created encryption type, then you can choose that. So currently we are giving the default encryption management key. Because of this is managing by, if you choose the default one, this is managing by Microsoft, so you don't need to worry about anything. Okay, you are only, you are not trusting in the Microsoft and you want to choose the custom, then you have to create a management key for that, and you have to choose that management key here. Okay. And we don't need to select for this ultra disk compatibilities. We are not using that currently. And here is if you want to any additional disks, right? So by default we have not selected any OS disk here. Okay, but when you are creating a VM, by default OS disk will come as a 127 GB. Okay, you no need to select anything, the sizes, everything for the OS disk. Okay, so now
Additional disk means DEFH.
yeah, if you want to additional disk, then you have to create and attach here disk. Okay, currently let me create one disk. So I'm just creating and attaching, so I will want to show you while creating a VM also. So I'm giving as a demo VM, demo VM01, and disk data disk 01 is my disk name, and source type is I'm giving empty, because of this is not creating from any other storage account, right? So this is by default is creating from the managed, so I am giving empty. So here you can select, so how much size this disk, what is the size you need for this disk. Click on the change size and you can select here, there is a custom sizes and you can select here. So now I'm just giving 4 GB, and if you want to more than 4 GB, like a I need 7 GB, so you can give that. If you don't have here also, so if you want to define the custom sizes also, you can define here. So how much, it's whatever figures it is, you can able to modify in the custom disk sizes. If you want to use the same, like I want 32 or 62 or 64 or 128, you can choose it. So currently I'm choosing it for
Okay.
4 GB. Just I'm showing you to how to create. We have so many things to discuss here. We'll discuss later. Okay. It will take, for this concepts only, it will take 1 day. Okay, there is a lot of things to discuss. Okay, now just enable that. So I'm not enable, this is the new option, it was there. If you want to enable the shared disk, so while creating a disk also you can enable, so the disk will get by default as a shared. Okay, shared disk. So currently we don't need. Okay, and this is the disk means, you can say delete the disk with VM. Means this option is, suppose you are going to delete a virtual machine. So when you deleted a virtual machine, if you check this mark, the disk also will get deleted. If you not check this marks, if you deleted a VM, only VM only will get deleted. OS disk, data disk,
Okay.
C drive, D drive, everything it lies there only. So if you want to recreate, you can do it. So we'll discuss later, but this option you use while creating a VM. If you select this and while deleting the VM, so no need to delete manually each disk and each resource of that VM. Once deleted a VM, all the disks, C drive, D drive, everything will get deleted while deleting the VM. So if you want to that mechanism, you want to follow, then you have to select this option. Okay. So currently we don't need this one. I'm selecting okay. So now just we have created one disk here. You can see the size of the disk this is, and it's coming again is a
Yeah.
preview. Oh shit, my laptop have power, there is no power here. Okay. So I want to edit it again. I don't want to be a premium. I want okay.
Standard HD.
Yeah, we don't have for 4 GB for free standard.
Okay.
Minimum it's comes with the 32. So I given 4
Custom
GB.
we can give, right?
Yeah, I given custom. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
We'll see. Yeah. So now once I have created a disk, so I'm going for the, this is the disk options. Okay, standard SSD I have selected, and I have created a disk. Okay. I'm going for the next
Okay.
option. I don't know power will come or not. So it's only 19%. Okay. So here, this is a networking. So currently I'm not doing anything here. I'm not going to explain here. So here we are going to select the virtual network, because of this is virtual networking is a different concept. If I connect explain here, so the VM service can't be proceed. So later you just give it as is, as it is. So we don't have any virtual network with the same naming conventions. Now the VNet virtual network also is going to create, and subnet also is going to create, and for your VM public API also is going to create to access your VM for the internet. Okay, we'll discuss later these options when you are discussing about the networking. What is a network? Why you, how to say subnets? Those we are discussing later. Okay, only that if we have existing, you already have a virtual networks. If you want to select, you can select this. It will show you the virtual networks which are there in your subnet. Okay, sorry, subscription. So those we can select that. So currently we don't have anything, so I'm giving as a default naming standards. Let them take. Later stage we'll discuss more about. I'm going for the management next tab. So here we don't have need to select anything. This is a boot diagnostics. If you can, this is a recommended options to be enabled for this. For this is just to so currently what is my VM status? So you are not unable to take the RDP. So if you want to check that my VM is in login state or like booting state or not, so this option will help you to see that the VM current state. Okay, so when we VM creation, we'll see this all options. Okay, this enabling guest option diagnostics, these options we'll see later. And this identity management, it's not required currently. And Azure AD we are not going to discuss anymore. So we are only discussing the like Azure AD the part, in a sense we are incident access management only we are discussing it. Okay, Azure Active Directory is a different, that is completely in different concepts. And in the advanced, we talked about the when we are discussing in the yesterday class. So there is a shared model. When you're creating a VM, by default it will choose the in any hypervisor. All right, maybe 100 of companies are using the same hypervisor or the physical server.
Yes.
If you want to dedicate
Yes.
one separate box, one server to you, then you want to create this like a custom option actually. So, let me show you that here. See, you want to create a separate host group. You want to enable that. You have to separately, you have to create a host. In that you can create a different segregation host group. So there you have to select the, so which host group your VM has to be create. So currently we won't follow this. Very critical, the banking sector or government sector people projects only they will use. Apart from that, normal customer they won't use this. Okay, and this is a tax. This is a tax to identify the resource. So as I told, right, there is a 5 tax or 6 tax you want to mandatory. I told you, right, if you create a policy, until you define the 5 tax, I've created a policy. I defined 5 tax is a mandatory. If you're not there, don't allow to create any resources. If you're not defined this tax here, by validation and here you can review only, it will get failed. So that is called the tax. Let me give one tag name and build date. Okay, and just for reference I'm giving 0604 2022. So OS is 2019. So I'm giving, so I'm just giving reference. Okay, and I will go and create and review and create here. Now we are reviewing and creating. So here you are going to see that all the like a configuration, what and all things you have selected, it has been validating those configurations, and it will display you that. And you can, if you want to change while reviewing here, you can able to go back and you can change it, and again you can come back to create it here. Now you can see, so these are the configuration which you have selected. You can see free trial account, the subscription name, VM name, reason, standard and operating system, VM size, RDP port enabled, what disk name, and these are the VNet names which you have selected. The management group you have not selected anything, right? So these are the like the default, the tag details. So these are the one default one. You see here validation passed. If you have a rule, if you doesn't have met for the taggings, all the taggings, here the validation only it fails. If it will get the error, the policy is blocking for you regarding for the tags are not in place. Okay, that way you can.
Okay.
If everything is looks, you don't have any policies, everything, all details, all the mandatory details you are given while creating the VM, it will this validation process passed successfully, then you are good to create a VM. So now we are good to create a validation is passed. So I'm just clicking the create a VM. Okay. Now we have to create so many resources, like resource group has to create, virtual network has to create, subnet has to create, and virtual machine also has to create. So it will take some more time actually. So let it go this continue. It will take maybe 5 to 10 minutes. It will take. So I didn't know until that time my better backup will come back comes. So if you find, can we close here and can we connect tomorrow? You can see.
Yeah, fine,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
So because of
Problem.
maybe
Bro, this VM we can need to get 1000 per hour, right?
no, it's
Cost.
not per hour, for monthly. That is for monthly.
No, it's showing no review state. It is showing hour.
I didn't see that. But it's only for not hours. It's only
Okay.
the calculation is hours. Okay, the bill. Suppose if 1 hour suppose the VM is run from 9 to 9:45 minutes. Okay, in 1 hour 45 minutes. Okay, the bill calculation is been hourly based, but you are paying for the VM is for monthly based. VM cost calculation is hourly based. Suppose in 1 hour
Okay.
you have used only for 5 minutes. Okay, the bill will be generated for entire 1 hour.
Okay.
Okay, like that. It's not been hourly we are paying. The method is monthly paying for that VM size, the cost, but the calculation of the VM cost, how they calculating for the VM cost. So they have to give the bill for monthly, right? So how they are calculating in the sense, hourly basis they are calculating for the VM. Okay, the VM is not running for 24/7, right? Maybe your VM is running only 3 hours. So if that, the calculating for hourly basis, only 3 hours you are going to pay for that, like that.
Okay. Okay.
So now it's created actually. So that is good now. So you also have access. You guys can try taking the RDP. So after 5 minutes, because of this VM agent is not ready yet. So I'm just stopping and recording and to convert this as a file. Otherwise, my laptop will go shut down. Okay. So we'll connect it tomorrow from here. Now today we have created a virtual mission. Okay. We are going to talk
Okay.
things tomorrow. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, bro.
Thank you. Bye, guys.